Hey everybody, how are you today? Sorry I'm a couple minutes late here. Hi Julie and Connie and Alicia, Three Musketeers. You doing well today? Whew. Sorry I got a phone call just like 5 minutes ago. And so, yeah. Oh, we're here. Another Monday. I don't know, it's absolutely gorgeous summer day today. It's beautiful. It's 81 degrees and turn my phone off. 81 and the humidity is in the 40s, which is upper 40%. So that's excellent for this area. And yeah, it was beautiful. Outside, kind of a mixed bag of things today. So I don't know if is the chat going. Seems to be kind of. You guys put something else in here because it seems to be kind of stuck. Oh, there we go. Hi, Liza. You did video? Good for you. It was a beautiful day to do it, wasn't it? Yes, absolutely. Gorgeous, gorgeous day today. Had clothes out on the line and they were drying very quickly, and then the sun and the heat and the wind, that was awesome. Yes, Julie, I know that you would absolutely love our 48% humidity. Yes. But it sure beats 95 and 90% humidity. It was wonderful. We're supposed to have a string of that kind of weather coming up now, so hopefully be able to get a lot of things done outside. That'd be awesome. Oh, Connie, I don't like 97 either. No. More hot weather for Alicia. Every day is humid now. Yeah. The New Florida. Oh, very well could be. Very well could be. Oh, goodness sakes. Yeah. Let's see if I can angle this just a little bit more. There we go. Oh, it's been a long, crazy summer, though. It really has. It's been really different. So thank you for everybody who's coming in here. For anybody who's just watching this brand new, I'm Kathy. This is Northstar Prepsteader channel, and I live in West Central Minnesota. We have people right now on here from all over the States and Canada. We've got another Minnesotan. We have California, and Connie, you are in Oregon, right? You didn't. It's not Washington, right? It is Oregon. And then we've got Nova Scotia, which is the New Florida, and anyway, you're sitting in front of your fan. I know. I love fall too, Alicia, and it's always so hard when we have a short one. It's like summer will go and hang on till mid-October or something, end of October, and then bam, winter hits, and it's like, where was fall? Where is the gorgeous fall? So hey, Matt and Sarah, hello to you. I was more than fashion. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I got 2 minutes late. Like I say, I got a phone call right beforehand. So yeah, it was my mom. She was actually in the hospital yesterday, so she was calling to let me know she's doing well. She's home, but just some other things. And then yesterday was a rough day. It was a hard day. She went to the hospital again, and she was just in June. And then I found out that my brother one of my brothers is stage 4 cancer, and one of my sister-in-laws, that sisters-in-law, has she'd been dealing with breast cancer this last year, and she now has cancer on her eyelid, all in one day. So wait for it. Thank you, Alicia. That's very sweet of you. So thank you, Matt and Sarah. I really appreciate that. So yeah, yesterday was challenging, and a lot of things going to be coming up in the next few months. I have no idea how life is going to change with all this, and then I don't know. It's and every family deals with this kind of stuff, but it's maybe just like, yeah, I got it all in one day. it was a lot at once. So thank you, Eliza. I really appreciate it. Yes. Alicia, who are you talking about? Let me see. Can't wait to flow. Hey, Karen. Thank you for coming in. How to Garden. Thank you. Hi. Jennifer, hello. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. So, so we will just take it week by week, day by day here, and if I have to cancel Monday night, kind of, it's just a lot of stuff going on. So, Alicia, you said should I send her a text? And I'm not sure who you're talking about. So, anyway, I'm confused. Maybe you're not even talking to me. I don't know. So yeah, family first. Exactly. So I live an hour and a half away from my parents and 2 hours away from my one brother. So okay, thanks, Connie. So it's a time in life that's going to be challenging. So and I'm my parents' what do you call it? Medical executor, I think, or something. It's like my brother is the executive of their estate. I'm kind of like their medical executor. So there will be a lot of difficult things that will be coming up, I think. Things that I'll have to make decisions on and help out with. So anyway, didn't mean to start this out with a downer type of thing, but it's life right now. It's what it is. So oh, okay, Alicia. Okay. Yeah, if anybody else is having trouble, just refresh your screen if it's freezing up or anything like that. So, hey Thomas, hello, thank you for coming in. Kathy, hi. Alicia, I was just talking about my family, so you can kind of go back and catch that if you want to. Yeah, we've had some hot, stormy weather, but it's evening out now. Right now I'm not planting anything, which is good, but we're already harvesting. So it's with our long days and the hot weather we've had and the amount of sun that we get, it's just like things are just like bursting in the garden. I should have been in there picking beans today, did not get to it, but that's on the list for tomorrow. So picking green beans already. Been mostly harvesting herbs and doing a lot of, I've been getting some calendula, which I'll show you. The chamomile is like, I'm out there 2 or 3 times a day picking flower heads off there. So things are coming along. Hi, Christy. Hello. Henry's honey, thank you for coming in. Michelle, hi. Christy, I think Yeah, Alicia's screen had frozen up, so if you have any problems, just refresh it. And so, yeah, just things. And Goddess Gardens, hello, a fellow Minnesotan. Where are you from, or what area are you in? Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. So yeah, harvesting all my herbs and drying. So harvesting, dehydrating, it's going almost every day. Just getting bundles and bundles of it, which is fabulous. I'm so excited about that. So you just got seeds for yellow calendula already growing the orange. Ooh, yeah, I've got, it's funny because the seeds I have produce both. I get yellow and orange, although mostly yellow, but some of them, I think they're like shades of yellow or something like this. Some are a little orangier, some are a little paler, but it's funny how it comes out of the same plant. Mankato area, okay. Yeah, it gets warmer down there. So you've got, yeah, another Minnesotan in here too, Homestead Engraving Business and Life. They are closer to the cities, a little bit more south, I think. So anyway, I'm over in the west central part. Yeah, it's a lot for the north. Right now, it'd be like Boundary Waters north. That would be amazing. I would love that. So other than that, I finished harvesting my peas. So those are all done. Here's an almond orange. Okay. Yeah, and I don't know why I get a variety of colors, but it's kind of interesting. And I think also when they see, I have some, these have been drying now for a while, but some are more yellow, and then some are more, some are more orange, and they're from the same plant. So who knows? It's just kind of what they're doing. Yes, the longer growing season, absolutely. Absolutely, it helps things grow faster, and that long day, they just love it. They really do. So anyway, so we're going to talk about calendula today, and there's a lot of, I know there's a lot of talk about it, a lot of different things that people are doing. I do have some links below the video for the different things I'm going to be talking about, and things that you can go back and reference to after we're done. Michelle, yes, I do. I save the flowers. So I just cut the heads off, and then I just throw them on a tray and let them air dry, because they come in, it's like I don't get a full dehydrator tray worth with the amount that I have in here. I mean, if I had an entire bed that was just calendula, that would be different. Then I could fill the dehydrator. But when I'm just getting 2, 3, 4, 5 a day or something, it makes it so much easier to just lay them out on some paper towels. And soon I'm going to have to split this tray and get 2 different trays, because I'm starting to get a lot more chamomile, and these are starting to come more. But yeah, just let them air dry, and then just the heads. And then what you do is you want to pull off. See if I can do this and hold this. You want to pull off the petals. They're much easier to pull off when they're dry like this. And so I just pull them off and then gather them in like a little container like this or something, and then let them continue to dry even more in here. If I need to, and last summer I didn't need to at all, but if once you have them in a container, a separate container, then and they're still not, crispy dry, if they're still like flexible, that type of thing, then you can just like stick your container in the dehydrator or spread them out or something, and just let them go for an hour. And it'll finish drying them up before you stick them in a jar. Because once you put them in a jar, you want to make sure that there's no moisture at all in there. Otherwise, you will have the possibility of mold growing in there. So, oh, no, that's okay, Aunt Goddess Gardens. That's great. In order to tag people, you just put the @ sign before their name. And if you start typing in their name, if you're on a computer, it doesn't work on a phone, then you can, the name will pop up and you can just hit that link or something. So, but yeah, it helps to tag people because then you can see them in the chat and everything, especially when it's flying. It's not flying today, but it's good. I think everybody's kind of worn out. Oh, I missed a few things. So, Eliza, you saw your daughter actually wants to go to her graduation photos. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Eliza, that I missed you there. Have a good evening. She's probably already gone. Yes. So Eliza actually and Sean from Sean, Alaska, for my birthday giveaway, they actually each won a little container of my calendula salve that I made. So I will be going through all of that with you guys, and kind of, I've got a huge supply of show and tell items here today, so I think you'll enjoy that. But yes, when you are harvesting them, make sure that you harvest the flower when it's like fully open. You don't want to get just like a bud. Okay, that went on my flowers. Oh, yay. Okay, so I've got some cleanup afterwards here. So anyway, you want to harvest the flower. So just cut it off like right below the head, and yeah, make sure that they're all open. And yeah, oopsies. Oh, hi, Darlene. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, oops. Oh, I'm sorry, Eli. It's like, yeah, that was a loud bang. It's kind of a heavy tray. So I just hope I don't lose too much. So anyway, yeah, and then just let these dry. You could, when you go to make your oil, you could use the whole thing, but I mean, some people do, but really the benefits are from the petals. And so you really want to pull those out. Now, if you want to save the seed, the seeds look like this. Then they're kind of big, which is kind of, I've had this now for 2 seasons, and they germinated really well this year too, even though I got them last year. But you would probably want to leave, you know, a couple heads on your plant at the end of the summer to fully dry and get the seeds from it, so you can have those for next year. 1 seed will make a nice sized plant, so these are going to last me a long time. But again, for germination and everything, I think I would like to get some fresh ones to get going with that. Clean up on aisle 5, yes. Oh, like I needed that to do. It's just like, yeah. So, but they're very pretty. They're very, these are actually calendula. Okay, so let's get into a little bit about the history of calendula here and what it is and where it comes from and all that. Calendula actually has 15 to 20 species that are both annual and perennial. These are annuals, but if you left them on and let them just kind of seed out and everything, they could probably, just like chamomile, they would replenish themselves in the bed. But what I did is I started some of them. Did I start them indoors? Yes, I started them indoors in April, so I could have the plant going and, you know, already get the 5 or 6 weeks ahead on it. I did direct sow some, but I think I did anyway. Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't direct sow any. I had them all started. So it really, really helps to start the plants ahead of time and get them out there. And then you can start getting blooms much longer during the summer. So that really helps. Hi, Andale. Thank you for coming in. I know, okay. It's live, right? Oh, goodness. The guy that gave you seeds told you they replant themselves regularly. Okay. Probably if you didn't clip the blooms, if you just let them go, they would do that. Just like, a marigold would, if you just leave the plant go, it will continue to, when the flower heads dry out, the seeds will just fall into the ground and then they'll come up the next year. So, but it all depends on if you are harvesting all of them and then you pull the plant at the end of the year because you want to put them somewhere else or something. It's totally up to you what you're going to end up doing with that. But do they need deep soil, or could you try them in a kiddie pool? You could probably do them in a kiddie pool. I haven't measured the root systems, but I think they were within 6 inches, I think, the roots. So you probably could do that. That would give you a lot. Now, I don't know if you can do a whole kiddie pool of calendula, or you're going to have other things with that, but they should grow fine there too. You just come up every year. This is the first year you've collected a lot of blossoms. Okay. Yep. You do have to allow them to reseed, because if you're taking all those seeds from it in the blossoms, it's not going to have anything to reseed itself. So absolutely. Thank you, Andale. I'm so glad. That's so great. Yes, I moderate over on Roots and Refuge, and that's a busy chat. We've got 2,000 people on there, and it's like it flies. But I'm just kind of glad to be able to talk to everybody here, so it's great. So, all right. Now, these are from, because my seeds came in the packet here, I don't have like a packet picture for you, but I think I'm going to end up making one. These are actually of the daisy or the chrysanthemum family. So, it could be either one or both because of the different species. There's, like I said, almost 20 different species. And but they're often confused with being part of the marigold family of and I'm not sure how to say this. I didn't, excuse me, look up the pronunciation, but Tagets. It's like tag, E-T-E, Taget. It's probably French, and then Tage or something like that. But it's Tagete. So that's the other family, and that's the one that produces like all of these marigolds and everything. So I've got like the different packets and the different things that we end up growing. Hey, Dave. Oh, hello. Thanks for coming. Oh, thank you, and Goddess Gardens. I appreciate that. I throw up links before they finish this. I try. I like to, like, I wrote to Jess and Maya one time. I was like, emailed them, and I said, I appreciate the shout out and everything. So, but I kind of enjoy just, like surprising people, and that way it's just like, bam, there it is. But I do keep, for most of the links, I do keep a document that has all the things that they've talked about. And then if there are other things like through the week, like when Jess talked about her book being pre-ordered, I went and made sure that I had all of those links all ready to go so that I didn't have to be hunting in the middle of their chat, but or they're live. But there are a lot of things I do have to look up when they are live, and so it's kind of fun. So I've just gotten, pretty good at researching things online. I do a lot of that, so I've gotten kind of good at that. But thank you for that compliment. I really appreciate that. Hey Megan, hello. Thanks for being here. For the calendula, I have not seen it in the store. These I had ordered, and I don't even remember where I ordered them from. It's been a year and a half. I meant to look that up. I just ran out of time. But I think it was probably on Amazon or something, or maybe it was Etsy. Could have been Etsy that I got these seeds from. So, but I would think that somewhere on I don't know if the stores carry those or not. I haven't looked in like any of the seed places. So I'm not sure if they do have it. I know they've got a lot of marigolds. Now there's a lot of confusion, like I was saying, between the marigolds and the calendula. Some people think they're the same thing, and you can do that. But whereas calendula, you can make salves and oils and everything. You can even make a tea. You can consume it, but marigolds you can't. It is almost like poisonous. So you have to be extremely, extremely careful that you know what species you're putting there, or what genus is going in there. So the first year, you suspect the birds shared seeds from your neighbor's property. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. Hey, Gil. Oh, is it hot up there? I know it's... Oh, okay, thanks, Connie. You got your orange ones in my gardener. Okay. Yeah, you'd have to kind of look around at what you've got there. So calendula actually means little calendar or little clock, or sometimes they say little hourglass, but that's kind of what the calendula means. They're actually considered sacred flowers in India. But so again, the Tagets genus of the ornamental marigolds and we commonly grow those in our vegetable gardens. So those are the ones that we like to plant to keep the bugs away and all that kind of stuff. But those are actually dangerous again for humans and animals. So now again, the calendula is edible, but it is bitter. So you can consume the tea. It doesn't taste good, so I wouldn't. But so that's where its benefits are far greater as an application for external use for your skin and everything. So who else do we have? You got yours from Baker Creek. Okay, kind of a cream or yellow. Oh, that would be pretty too. Oh, Megan, that is good to know. Marigolds actually have the component used to make up some pesticides. Yeah, it's holy cow, it's hot in Oregon then. I hope we're not going to get that. We've had our heat for the years, so 95. Oh my goodness. You just planted some marigolds or some calendula? 98 in the shade. Oh, Gil, you be careful out there. You guys, the heat is not anything to play with. You got them from Territorial Seed Company. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I could go through my emails right now and look to see where I got it from, but I don't want to take your time with that. And it's not, maybe what I'll do is I'll look and I'll add it to, if I find it, I will add it to the description below when I can edit the description on the live here. So anyway, just really be really careful in finding out which ones you can use, which ones you can't, because and what genus you're using. Make sure it's a calendula genus in that. All right, so Calendula is traditionally used for some culinary, but mostly medicinal herbs. So as far as any parts that are edible, it is only the petals. And it can be used fresh in salads or dried and used to color cheese or as a replacement for saffron. So it's amazing what they've come up with the uses for this kind of thing. So the flowers were a common ingredient in German soups and stews, which explains the nickname. Calendula actually had a nickname called pot marigold, and that's why there's so much confusion that goes on in that. So trying to empty old seed packets, that's good. Yes, and Goddess, I'm thanking you for my 81 too. So, hey, Southern Blessed Homestead. Hi. Is it Mac or Patty or both? Good evening to you. So the golden petals were also used to add color to butter and cheese. So they're traditional ingredients in Mediterranean and Middle Eastern dishes. So the tea, and again, I caution taking it internally. I mean, it is edible, but check with your doctor about it. Be very, very careful, all this kind of stuff. But it says the tea can provide health benefits, only used in moderation for ulcers and gastric and intestinal issues. So also, when you're using any of it topically for your skin, always, use a little bit first. Don't just take it and just like slather it all on. Check to see if you are allergic to it, if there's any reaction to it, because some people are allergic to this. And so you don't want to put it all over your skin and your face and everything and then be breaking out all over the place. Just not good. Oh, Patty, you have been in the kitchen constantly, woman. You've been kicking out the food. Some great videos up. It's really good. Hey, Deb. Thank you for coming. Okay. So also the flowers were once used as a source of dye for fabrics. So they said that by using different mordants, which is some type of product that mixes with that for dyeing, different mordants, a variety of yellows, oranges, and browns could be obtained. So, so it was a great dye for fabric. And it really, when, I put it in just the petals in almond oil, and almond oil is generally pretty clear. And after steeping the oil for 3 or 4 weeks, it was just like golden. So it produces a lot of color out of that. That's why they use it for cheese and for, saffron and different things like that. It's just some bright colors. You were given a moisturizer made with calendula when you were going through radiation. Yes, and that is definitely one of the things I came across that really helps. People going through radiation for cancer treatments and stuff, to use calendula salve, that will really, really help reduce the pain involved with that and help to calm down the skin. Absolutely. Mordants make the dye set and stay on the fabric. Okay, that's what I kind of thought, but I wasn't familiar with the term enough, but thank you. Thank you, Megan. Okay, yeah, and it is so easy to make. We see all these things like, grow this plant and make your own salves, and it's like, it seems like so beyond what we could do, but it really is so simple. It's really, really easy. I'll go through some more of the benefits of that. So after you dry the petals and everything to make an oil, the benefits, it's an antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral, anti-genotoxic. And that means that properties of chemical agents that damage genetic information within a cell which causes mutation that can lead to cancer. So that's kind of anti-genotoxic. So it can heal wounds. It's soothing for eczema. It helps to relieve diaper rash. It's an antiseptic. If you use just the oil, just put that on and be an antiseptic. It helps to control bleeding, soothes irritated tissue, provides acne relief, helps with psoriasis, and again, can help relieve radiation pain from cancer treatments. So yes, do a skin patch test to see if you have any reactions. Also, any of these should be avoided during pregnancy because, your skin is an organ, and when you put something out, it does seep in and get into your system. So you want to make sure that, just check to make sure that everything's okay. All right. So when you're making the oil, because you need the oil first before you can make the salve. So when you're making the oil, you want to collect, again, a whole bunch of dried petals. And I collected enough to actually stuff 2 pint jars last year. I didn't think I was going to get any, when you start out getting 2 or 3 heads, and then they just pull out these little petals and they dry up to kind of nothing, and you're like, okay, how am I going to get enough to fill a jar? But it accumulated far more than I ever thought. And I probably stuffed my jars more than what I needed to, but generally you can put, fill a jar half full, whether it's going to be a pint or a quart jar or something, but fill it about half full with your petals and then pour the oil. I would definitely use almond oil because that does not go rancid. Olive oil will go rancid after a while. So, and it's also a much stronger smell to it. But if you use almond oil, it's very, you could use jojoba oil too if you wanted. Hi, the Uper Gardener. Hello, thanks for coming. Oh, yes, I don't recognize your name, so thank you for being here. Connie, it certainly could. I bet it could. Keep this in mind for your brother with eczema, calendula. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, it's something I'm going to grow every year. And it's like, even though I have this much oil left from last year, I'm going to be making a lot more, and it's something I don't want to run out of, and this is one of the beautiful things about our whole growing season. Once you dry these and they're nice and dry, put them in a jar. It doesn't mean you have to be making the oil right away. You can, but if you're so tied up with other harvesting and preserving and everything, this is things that you can start later in the fall or during winter, and give them as Christmas presents or whatever if you need to. But okay, so fill half the jar with the petals, the dried petals. So again, if you're putting any flowers in here or petals or anything that have moisture in them yet, that water and that moisture is going to cause mold in here, and it will cause everything to go rancid, and it will rot your whole project. And you don't want to do that. I mean, you're investing too much into this just to be impatient and not let something be dry. Hey, Rustic Traditions. Hi. Morris Patch of Heaven. Hello. Do you have anybody else new in here? So you heard of me through Roots from Refuge. Oh, thank you. There's a couple other people in here too. So does the oil get rancid after a while? Not if you use the right kind and then keep it stored in a cooler, dark area. If you want to store it in the basement or something, I would definitely use it within, a couple years or something. So you don't want to make a gallon of it unless you're going to be producing a lot of things for sale. If you're going to make 1,000 of these little things, and sell them, then you would want a gallon, but then you're getting rid of it right away. But so this, let me see, I made this a year ago. kind of sealed a little bit. This still smells just fine. And I use almond oil. So anyway, look at that gorgeous golden color that it gets. Isn't that beautiful? So then when you put the flowers in, put the oil over so that it's about an inch above all the flowers, and kind of shake it around. If they start soaking more in and the oil level goes below where the flowers are, then add a little bit more. But then you want to sit this on like a shelf in the sun, at a windowsill or something like that, and for about 3 to 4 weeks. And then just every day go by and just shake it so that the flower petals don't just like clump into one area and then you've got oil that's all sitting there, because you want to have it mixing and incorporating well so that it all infuses into the oil. So this is called infused oil. It's not the same as essential oils. It's infused. And so anyway, then you've got your oil. So now, once it's all done brewing, after 3 or 4 weeks, and you can do either one. It depends on how much sunlight you get, all that kind of thing. But then you want to strain the petals out of there, and then just have the oil. And just have some nice oil here. And the petals you can take and throw them in your compost or something like that. You just realize I can't see. Oh, that's so, I love that, Darlene. That's so great. It's like, yeah, hi. Can you see me waving? Yes. Oh, that's so great. I love it. Hey, Virginia. Hi. Thanks for coming. Thank you. So now you want to go and make some salve, and this is one that I've been using, so you can kind of see the salve that it makes. And this is, I want to say it's a 1 ounce container, I believe. So it's about 1.5 inches in diameter, something like that. So I know Columbia salve is so good. Do you use anything specific to strain the petals out of the oil? I just use a regular kitchen strainer and strain them into a bowl or a measuring cup or something like that, and then pour it into a fresh jar and just get it back in there. And so in a fresh one, in case there's a lot of sediment from the petals or something like that. So you're starting all nice and fresh and clean, but make sure that it's very dry in there. You don't want any water in there. And I think it is a beautiful color, Julie. It is. And the same with making soap. I believe that you don't want water in your soap concoction, because then it can go rancid. The same with your oils and everything. So you just don't want it to go rancid in that way. So that's one that I've been using. So I've been, and you don't have to buy these little containers and everything. You can just find other things. Like I have an Altoids container that I just filled with the salve, and I mean, this is great to throw in your purse or a backpack or something like that. I don't remember where I got my calendula seeds. I think it was either Amazon or Etsy. So, but I know it was online, and I got them 1.5 years, almost 2 years ago, when I first learned about calendula and I wanted to grow it. So, so I've had these for a while, and it just came like this. There's no name on it or anything like that. So, in fact, calendula is barely written on here, so I'm going to have to make my own packets or something. So, okay, Gil, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Yes, it is amazing, isn't it, Connie, how that happens? But there you go, Deb. All right. Homesteaders helping out each other. So I know, isn't it great? And this is one of the little ones. that so the sugar-free ones are these little ones, but then you can get the bigger tins for the regular Altoids, and that would work out great too to have at home. You know, different things. So really, you only need 2 ingredients to make this, and I did make it on one of my lives this spring. So I will try to add that to my description below. I'll try to remember to add that. But if you go back into my playlist for my my quarantine lives that I did, you'll see I actually made the salve live on one of those. Or if one of my mods wants to find that and stick up the link, that would be awesome too. But generally, you want like a 1-to-4 ratio, or 4 to, yeah, no, is that 4 to 1? 4 to 1, I think it is. So basically, it's like 1 cup of oil to 1/4 of a cup of beeswax. Now you can do, if you want a harder salve or a harder, you know, lotion type of thing, that you would want more like a lip balm or something that would need more firmness, that you can do 1/3 of a cup. So it's like 1 cup to 1/4. Is that 4 to 1 or 1 to 4? All of a sudden, just like brain fart going on. So the beeswax I get is, I like to get these white pellets. You can get a chunk and then measure it out and everything else. But this is so easy because I can just do a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, whatever I need from that, or just pour it in the cup. And it's so easy to measure, and it melts really, really well. This I got on Amazon. You can get different amounts of it. You get some more too. So there you go, Michelle. You guys connect with. Oh, Swiss chard, awesome. She is saving seeds. Deb, you go, girl. Yeah, if you're willing to share seeds with people, feel free to give them your information. You know, maybe email or something. You guys can get in touch with her, or message on Facebook or whatever you need to do. So, but thanks. So anyway, what you do. So if I'm doing 1 cup of this, of the oil, so I would do 1/4 of a cup of beeswax. So what you take is you take the beeswax first, put it in a small pot, and put it on low on the stove. And you want to, or you can use a double boiler, it works out really well too. But you want to have it just warm enough to where it's just melting, and it will melt really quickly. But you don't want to get it hot where it's starting to boil or steam or anything like that. Just so it's just melty, and then take it off right away. And then you can add your calendula oil to that, and then mix it up. A couple other options you can do at that point in time is you can add some essential oils. You can add some fragrance oils. This batch I actually added a few drops of rose fragrance oil, so it's got a rose smell to it, which I really like anyway. I also put in a little bit of moringa oil that I have, and that stuff's really expensive. So I have just like this little bottle of it, and I put a little bit of moringa oil in there because that's so incredibly beneficial too for your skin. So yeah, so in here I have it's mostly calendula oil and a little moringa oil and then beeswax and some rose. So you can do whatever you want, but the core thing is calendula oil and beeswax. And you just, once you mix it up, then you just pour it into your containers, and within like 20 minutes it's hardened. So it's awesome. It really is. Deb, that is fantastic that you're saving that much seed. That is great. Oh, good. So Baker Creek has calendula seeds too. Awesome. I'm not surprised that they would. Is there a natural way to get rid of the bugs killing your cucumber plant? What kind of bugs? That would make a difference on that. Are they cucumber beetles? Are they aphids? Are they different? So a cup warmer, that is good too. Thank you, Megan. Yes, you can use a little cup warmer for that. The key is you just don't want it getting hot. You want it just warm enough to melt, and beeswax will melt pretty quickly. And you just keep stirring it. Use like a little rubber spatula or something, and then when you're pouring it into these, you want to scrape every bit out of there that you can. As soon as you're done with your pot, make sure you soak it right away in soapy water, because otherwise, once that all hardens, it's harder to clean it off. So, so yeah, if it's something you just want to try a little bit of it, make a small amount of oil. You know, just start in like a half pint jar or something, and then so you're making a half a cup of oil, and then you want to just do a little bit of something to just try it out to see if it works for you. You know, so anyway, it's the only thing you do in a working chores often. So, oh yes, you guys, you know, yeah. Whenever you get seed, please send money to people to help at the very least to help with postage and things like that. So, do you have a recipe somewhere? Did anybody find my my link for? Let me see. Maybe I'll find it. Let's see. Oops, I don't need to be doing that.
You get closer.
Oh. Sorry. Okay. Vitamin C. Here we go. Homemade calendula salve. And then I've got the recipe on here. It's on my live. Hey, Paul. Thanks for coming in. There you go, Michelle. That's my link for my live that I actually made the calendula salve on. So, when they taught you about planting fruit trees to help you orchard. Oh, yes, rabbits. Cucumber beetles. Good, I'm so glad Morse patch. That's awesome. It wasn't beetles. Cucumber beetles use Dr. Brown or Castile syrup mixed with water and spray once a week. That is a great idea. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's, you know, diatomaceous earth, there's spraying everything with soapy water, there's a lot of different things, but you really have to kind of figure out what, some people have just been infested this year. Like I know Jess at Roots and Refuge has been infested with aphids. It's just been so bad. And there again, it will depend on like how much, if you've had a really rainy year, if you've had a hot year or a cool year, is the bugs and the pests will migrate and shift to where, you know, where it is great for them and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so any more questions on the salve or anything? And I tell you what, it is so good and it smells so good. You can add whatever fragrance if you like lavender, put lavender in there. So this is kind of the thickness it is, and it soaks in, and it's just wonderful. I mean, it might seem a little greasy at first, but then it just it soaks in, and it's like, oh, so good. But I'm just so excited to have something that has such healing properties to it, be able to just put on my skin and make it all nice and smells great. It's fun to hand the rest of the night here. There's a recipe in the bottle. Okay. Kill bugs, slugs, and fleas. Use your comfrey to sheet mulch. Peppermint oil. Okay. Yes, and some other oils I'm going to be making this year. So I've got this calendula oil, and I am saving calendula. So I'll be making a little bit more. I won't add it to this because I want to use this other one up first before I would do the new one. But I'm going to make comfrey oil, lemon balm oil. Those are two for sure, the extras that I'm going to make. So I can't remember what others I'm going to use at this point, but definitely those other two. You plant basil and marigolds, parsley, olive oil next to your plants. Yeah, they do help with pest control. And again, remember, for those who missed it, that marigolds and calendula are of two different genus families, and so they are not interchangeable. So make sure that you've got the correct one. The marigolds that we typically plant in our gardens to keep the pests away are actually dangerous for humans and animals. So, and Megan indicated that they actually use that to make pesticides with. So you want to make sure that you're getting actually calendula and not using marigolds for this. So who else's channels you like to follow and watch? Any of my moderators here have, most of them anyway, have channels so you follow. There's other people, Homestead and Gravy Business, you know, there's a lot of people here who have channels that you can check out. And yeah, if you're just getting into this, there are thousands that we could get into. And you start getting on the different chats and then seeing who's up there, and then you know, find a different live for somebody else. And then like Roots and Refuge, I mean, you've got 2,000 people on there, and there's a lot of them there that have channels, and you check them out, and then you get to know somebody else, and it just grows that way, and it's really pretty fun. All right, my tips for the night. The garden tip. Even when it's hot like this, just try to get out a little bit every day and do something in the garden. Whether it's just pulling some weeds, trimming the tomatoes, pulling them up, just picking some beans, or whatever it is. Try to get out a little bit every day, whether it's 20 minutes or an hour or something, rather than waiting to do one full day in the week or something like that, or 2 days that are just putting in 8 or 10 hours out there. That's exhausting, and it's not as enjoyable. So it's much better just to get out a little bit every day and just have that time in the garden, whether it's watering, you know, all that kind of stuff. So then it doesn't get so overwhelming. Okay, so that is true, Megan. There's a lot of them that are live. So you loosened weeds yesterday, and how you pick them? Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I've got your garden tour that I need to watch. I've got it in my queue. Where do I get my almond oil? I've just been getting it from Walmart. You can get it on Amazon too, but watch the prices. I've been finding a lot of things horribly expensive on there. But yes, I get an almond oil from Walmart. I think it's I can't remember if it's a 12 or 16 ounce. I think it's a 16 ounce bottle, and it's more expensive than olive oil, but it doesn't go bad. It's not rancid, and so it's lighter, and it will take on the properties of the food that you're using or the flours or whatever, and not be overwhelming. So there's people get these channels down. At midnight, you're the headlamp. Yes, you know what? Oh, you guys, if you have never done this before, if you can get a little black light flashlight, and you can get them for like $5 or $7 or something. But if it's a black light flashlight, go out there and you will see like your hornworms and your other, bugs that are meatier and stuff like that, that are nighttime pests, and you can be able to find them so easy because they glow in the dark. And if you're using a black light, so do that. And so you need to go out and pick butter beans. Yes, Connie, you did just do a new one. You post some church service posts. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Alicia, that's good. Trying to follow to remember that Walmart. Yes, I just got one a couple days ago. It was like $7.50, I think, and I think it was a 16-ounce bottle. Like I said, it's a little more expensive than olive oil, but it's worth it to do that because it's not going to go bad on you. So rice bran oil too. Okay. The other sads you make use almond. I'm going to use almond oil on all of those just because that's what I have. At some point, I might try jojoba oil. I think that's even a little bit more expensive. Sunflower oil can be used. Yep. I would stay away from like canola oil, anything, or any vegetable oil that's like a mixture of different oils, and that way, again, those can end up going bad, and they're processed in a way that you just don't really know what's in them. So, thank you, Patty. Really appreciate that. Have I ever had hornworms? I have not, thank goodness. And I've actually planted borage right in with my tomatoes this year and last year. So they don't like that. So far, I haven't had, but I've got some other pests out in there. I think I've got cabbage, the white cabbage moths, and some cabbage worms somewhere, even though I don't have cabbage. What happened is like 2 years ago, I planted kale for the first time, and they absolutely loved it. Kale is like a cabbage moth attractor. I mean, it's like they'll sense it from miles away. It's like, oh, kale, and it's like, shoo, and they just came and they shredded my kale, and then they moved on to my beans and shredded those, and it was just like, I didn't know, I'd never dealt with it before, so I didn't know what was happening, and they were just like, and then I started finding all these little green worms in there because I was like, these white moths are flying all around, and right now I think I've got like 2 or 3 that are out in the yard flying around. So I did kill 2 or 3 worms that I saw when I was pulling my pea plants, and so I have to do some more inspection though and get out there and check all of that. So worried about the hormones of the black light. It's the scorpions. Oh, I wouldn't let the scorpion either. Earwigs are taking over your garden at night. You're taking a vacuum out. Okay. Earwigs, you can, Julie, help me out with that. I'm trying to remember. You can do, and I know I'm getting a little behind here. If you get a container and put, research online. There's some things you can do. Putting a container out in your garden of, and I can't remember the mixture now. It was apple cider vinegar and water with some soap in it, or something like that. But anyway, that will attract your earwigs and drown them or kill them or something. So yes, definitely they will decimate your garden too. You're welcome, Deb. You subscribe to several. Okay. Oh, thanks, UP Gardner. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm so glad you knew. Yes, you can grow together. The white moths of the kale and collards. Yes, and one thing that my gardener does to help get rid of them, he actually takes he's got a little uh, butterfly net, like a kitty one, and I got one too because it worked for him. But he will, when he's out in the garden and they're flying around, he'll take that butterfly net and he'll get them. So if you can capture the moths, then or the butterflies, they're actually a moth. If you can capture those and get them down, then they can't lay the eggs, and keep that cycle going. So that will help. Oh, well, hello, Monique. Hi. I know I'm a little behind here, so use BT on the cabbage moths. Okay. Does it seem to like the flowers on your bolted radishes? So put the cover or sheer curtains. Okay. Yeah, covering them helps too. Yes, I would definitely cover them, Megan. Absolutely. Oil trap. Okay, it was oil that was in there. They love your onions too. Oh, yeah, the earwigs will start eating through everything. Earwigs kill juice. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you, Julie. A few stabilized. Yeah, I know you can easily get caught up in a lot of them, but if there's a few that you really learn a lot from and you enjoy being in the chat and the different things with people, is so great. So, thanks, Deb. So, so anyway, yeah, just get out in the garden a little bit, and instead of especially when it's been so hot, and not overwhelming yourself with that. And then you get a bonus second garden tip here. Start getting seeds now for next year, or learn how to save what you've got, the different things that you have. But just start thinking about seeds now. Don't think about seeds like in February or March, which is typically when I think about them. But with the seed shortage this year, it really, I think, woke up a lot of us to realize, oh my gosh, things can just fly, be gone and not available to us. So start thinking about that, planning that out, and planning ahead of time. Oh, thank you. I would love to work on one. I need to. So thank you. I should do it well before winter comes, right? Okay, and the prep tip for our final part of the day here. Prep tip: learn how to dry your clothes without an electric dryer or a gas dryer, whatever you have, without a modern dryer. Learn how to hang them on, make a clothesline out there. Learn how to hang them there. Learn how to hang them in the house over the winter. Learn how to dry them in different ways, so that if your dryer breaks down and you're not able to fix it, or there's no dryers available, or there's nobody who can fix it, then you've got options. But just trying to figure out how to dry it. I actually made a video last summer on how to hang clothes on the line, because I see so many people all over the place hanging in really, really strange ways and stuff. And so, but it didn't come out quite right. And I still have all the video there. I haven't put it together, and or all the segments there. I haven't put it together in a long video, but I do want to do that at some point. But you guys do learn how to do that. So, thank you, Deb. I really appreciate that. Yep, you hang herbs and hot peppers. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I've been dehydrating so many herbs, and I'm going to try to find different ways of drying herbs too. So, all right, going green, Mom. Me neither. So, you should get the washers. I know, it's this summer. I'm like washing almost every day, and it's just me. And it's like, because, working in the heat, going through a whole lot more clothes. It's like you sweat through everything right away. you grew up with a clothesline, you used it later, you drive broke, and you had to dry in the house. But it's good for people to learn. It is. It absolutely is. So I want to thank all of my mods. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I want to just give a little shout out to Chris at Single Dad Homesteading, who had a live yesterday. And for anybody who has a heart for our soldiers and our veterans and everything else, Chris himself is a retired Marine, and and a couple other things that he's done. But he had a live yesterday with guests from there were two young men who were Marines. They were part of the Red Platoon at the worst battle in Afghanistan that America ever had, and it was that they fought in there, and they are national war heroes, and he had them on there, and because they live nearby, and there's actually a movie just coming out about them. It's called The Outpost, and so I just wanted to, if anybody's got a heart for that, just go check out Single Dad Homesteading and then watch his live from yesterday, and it's really amazing. They talk about what it was like to be in that battle, and the movie was made about these guys. So it was pretty cool. It really, really was. So thank you, Darlene. I really appreciate that. So, all right, Thrifty BG, thank you so much. Husband obviously is going to need more than 3 shirts this week. That is true. I know you keep going around. So, yes, Paul, we're all here to help each other. So, Dutch, thanks so much for being here from Holland. So went international, not only with Canada, but across the pond. So it was great. Yes, it was an awesome live. It was so great. Thank you, Michelle. Yep. Anyway, you guys, Stivers are not going to be on tonight. They have some, it was the anniversary of Zach's stepdad who died a year ago, and so they needed to take some family time. And but there are others that are on this evening. Two Family Homestead will be on. Freedom Homestead's on in an hour. And so if there are other lives you guys want to check, I encourage you to check them out. But thank you for being here with me tonight. I know we went over, but I am so grateful for all of you. And yeah, tell people about this, share it, let them know that we're here. And check out my other videos in this series. We're doing an herb series, and so my lives, and I've got a lot of things to pick up off the floor. So it's not going to be with the vacuum because I'm saving these things. So, all right, guys. You guys take care. I don't think I missed any other questions here. Thank you, Matt and Sarah. I really appreciate that so much. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. You guys take care. God bless. Always have hope. And we will see you next Monday, I hope. But I will keep you in touch. If things change, I will let you know. So thanks so much. Bye-bye.